Good morning and welcome to CSL Greater Boston. I'm Reverend Gina, and it is a blessing to have you here with us this morning. We are live virtual from our homes, which is within the one home, within the oneness of all there is. And to let you know a little bit about who we are here at CSL Greater Boston, we are a spiritual community that lovingly embraces all. We celebrate diversity through the practice of science of mind teachings and the principles of the teachings for the betterment of each individual and the oneness of all. So we are here to uplift through spiritual teachings in a new way, in a new way. And what does that really mean? It means being curious. It's doing things differently. It's wondering why. How does it work? Why does it work? And how do I go deeper? And that's what we're talking about today. We don't just take a doctrine for what it is. We go deeper and we ask questions. We understand how things work in a different and deeper way. And from that, there is so much fulfillment. There is a deeper sense of peace and love. So today we are here live, and I would love to hear any comments or any questions, anything at all. We'd love to know who's here with us. And I'm so grateful that you are. So as we begin, and before we have our first prayer, we're going to play a song that I love. And the song is actually, it's How Far It'll Go. But it's Voices of Hope Children's Choir that's going to be singing it. And it makes me so happy and fills my heart because I think about these infinite possibilities, each child, and knowing that each child is that child within you. You too are that infinite possibility. How far I'll go.
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. They'll be satisfied if I play along. This voice inside sings a different song. What is wrong with me? The light shines from the sea, it's blinding, but no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me and let me know what's beyond that line. When I cross that line, the light will shine from the sea. It told me that no one knows how far I'll go.
I love that. No one knows how far I'll go. And in that song, it's from the movie Moana. The horizon called to her. What she could not see called her forward. And that's that part of us within us, that dreamer, that knower, is calling us forth. So as we embark on this wonderful topic today, I invite in our practitioner who is in Barbados, the beautiful Sonia Hart, who is also the director of the teaching chapter that's just beginning in Barbados. Welcome, Sonia, and thank you for doing our reading as well as our invocation today.
Thank you, Reverend Gina. I'm going to start by inviting you to get quiet as we go into that space of oneness where we are one, recognizing that God is the ultimate reality of all that is, the one mind, the one intelligence, that one divine presence that is in each and every one of us here. Just recognizing that God is the allness, God is the question, God is the answer. And as I know that I too am one with God, and that all that God is, I am, I know this is also true for each and every one present here. And so I speak my word, declaring and knowing that each and every one of us here present today is intelligent, is an expression of that intelligence. Each and every one of us is the embodiment of curiosity. We ask the question, we seek for answers. And because we are divinely intelligent, that which we are is always being revealed, always being made known from that place of the unknown, always coming forward for each and every one of us here. All our questions to life are answered right here, right now. And so I give thanks. I give thanks with a grateful heart that the answers lie in the questions and that we're always being given those answers whenever we ask. And I release my word into the law, which is our faithful servant, which just does whatever we ask, just delivering up all the good that we desire. And with this, knowing that the law, as a faithful servant, reveals every answer to us, I know that this is so, and so it is. And now I will share with you reading on the superpower of curiosity. And this is an article written by Spencer Martin. I say curiosity is a superpower because it is the prime motivation behind all existence. Our lives are ultimately an answer to the question, I wonder what would happen if. Which some would say are famous last words. What would happen if I dumped these Mentos into a jug of Coke? What would happen if I jumped off this roof with this umbrella? What would happen if I put peanut butter on this grapefruit? You get the idea. Curiosity has driven us, just like a cat, to some regrettable experiences without the 9 lives to fall back on. It's the culmination of bad ideas that have been the primary reason we've reduced our power and come to judge ourselves as stupid and incapable. But ultimately, the painful experiences we've had at the hand of curiosity were really demonstrations of our ignorance or denial of one of our deepest and most powerful superpowers. The misapplication of this superpower has led us to suspend our gut level intuition about consequences leading to those painful outcomes. In this dualistic universe, curiosity is a double edged sword. If it is applied to combining powerful potentials, consequences can be risky, even physically dangerous. Curiosity is therefore best applied to realizing new potentials, new horizons, and discovering new ways to find enjoyable life experiences. How do we do that? By asking the open ended question: what else can happen here? What greater experience is possible? How does it get better than this? The energy of curiosity directly drives the physical universe's responses to those questions. By correctly using curiosity, we can utilize our condition of not knowing to tap the infinite reservoir of possibilities, bringing greater and greater manifestations into experience. Curiosity drives our imagination and all knowledge. It is only limited by our allowance of what is possible. That's why it is said that the condition of not knowing is infinitely more powerful than knowing. This is because what we know is already defined by definition. It is the known territory, the answer to a previous question. And as with all answers, a limited set of answers are possible. As Albert Einstein has said, imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited to all we know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all there will ever be to know and to understand. When we step into the realm of infinite possibility, we approach the cosmic power of potential, the power that creates universes. We step into this infinite realm of possibility on the magic carpet of pure curiosity. It is not that curiosity of wondering what would happen if. It is the curiosity of what new and wondrous creations are possible now. We are curious about what is greater, higher, and more amazing beyond imagination. It is curiosity that is the engine driving all life. It is God asking itself, what am I? And the infinity of experiences roll on without end. That's the end of my reading, and as I said, it was written by Spencer Martin.
Thank you so much, Sonia. That was beautiful. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Reverend Gina.
So we are in this place of curiosity. This month, actually, the topic for the month is curiosity as a superpower. That's when you think about it, how fun is that? Curiosity as a superpower. And today, specifically, we're going into what lies beneath the surface. And our global vision, tells us we envision a world where each and every person discovers their own personal power. So, as we listen to this next song, I invite you to ask, what is that personal power? What is my personal superpower? Einstein himself said, I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. So be curious as you listen to this next song. It's Hero is the song, and it's Mariah Carey's Hero, but again, it's by a children's choir, the one voice choir. And this is an opportunity to just be curious. What is your superpower? What is it? What are you here for? What do you have that is bursting to come forth now?
If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. Oh, it's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you found will disappear. Yeah, and then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. I know dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away.
Just hold on, there will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find your way.
And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. When you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth. The hero lies in you. Hero lies in you. Hero lies in you. Look inside and see that a hero lies in you.
Yes, that hero lies in you. And it's just knowing that. That's the difference between the miraculous life that we are meant to live and raise consciousness. You know, there's a part of us that is divine, the soul within you, that Christ consciousness knows that anything is possible. So this month we are going into curiosity as a superpower. We are digging deeper. So today we begin with what lies beneath the surface. And why is that important? Well, things aren't always as they seem. And even the things that we see and are what they seem are a result of our thoughts from yesterday. So we are constantly creating and recreating every moment of every day. So it's a question of, you know, what's important to you and are you living accordingly? You know, when I think of what lies beneath the surface, it's the whys, it's all those questions that come with it. And Ernest Holmes said, these thoughts, ideas, feelings, hopes, expectations, doubts, fears, and faiths make up the thing within us, which is attracting or repelling certain experiences. So what you're thinking, what you're feeling is constantly creating and recreating your life. So if you're happy where you are, do what you're doing and keep doing more of it. It doesn't mean you stay stagnant. It means that you keep doing more of it. We're never meant to stop. One of the things that I believe truly and really excites me about every birthday or every new year is that I believe the best is yet to come. I truly believe in my heart the best is yet to come. And that takes stepping into that every day. It doesn't come and find you. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And the first thing that needs to change is consciousness. So we don't have to take those big leaps necessarily. We just need to think differently to begin with. So sometimes it's a small step, sometimes it's a big jump or a leap. Whatever it may be, as long as it's in the right direction. And the thing about the right direction is, fear arises from that mental attitude which limits the possibility and the willingness of spirit to give us the good we are so greatly desire. So it's about our mental attitude and keeping it in check. It's about knowing that there is infinite possibility. And wherever you are today, whether you're home, whether you're out and about, thank you for watching. Remember, we are live. I'd love to hear from you. And it's important to remember that everything that you say and that you do is a choice. Being open to the good means being aware of it, knowing that it's there, trusting that it's there. It's letting go of the what ifs in a scary way and stepping into the what ifs in an exciting way. We get choices in everything that we say and we do. And I love playing the music from the choirs, because when we see these children, I don't know about you, but I see infinite potential. That they're fearless, and here they are in front of, how many people, that millions of people that are watching them, fearlessly stepping into that boldly, being the lights that each one is. That is our job every day. And I don't say job in a sense of difficulty. That's exciting. It's why we're here. It's our purpose. I've been a life coach at this point for well over a decade. And when I work with people, what I ask them is, who are you and what do you really want? Those are the two main questions. And most people don't really know who they are or whose they are. You're an infinite child of divine. You have infinite potential and an infinite birthright. There are no limits except the ones that we impose. So what does that mean? How many times have people say, oh, you can't do that. It can't be done. And it was done. And then all of a sudden, they backtrack on it. No one ever thought we could fly, yet we're taking planes everywhere. There's so many things in our history that it could never be done. And it was done. So it might as well be done by you. It's about overcoming fear. Ernest Holmes said, and it's up to you, the first step in overcoming any fear is to concede that God is for us. This is done. We have at once overcome the fear by seeing that there is nothing to be afraid of. The world is all right, and we can meet it on its own terms. So if spirit is for us, the universe is for you. The universe has your back. It is absolutely for you. Then what can stand against you? So my question is, do you realize that every day? We have spiritual practices that we step into. Treatment, which is our form of prayer, journaling, which just to me is a wonderful opportunity to get out and really see what's really in my consciousness. What am I really thinking about? There's visioning, which is opening up to the bigger, the greater. Everything from prayer partners to spiritual readings, all of these things help us think about things a little bit deeper. And that's what it's about, is going a little bit deeper. Meeting life with curiosity. We can learn to meet whatever arises with curiosity and not make it such a big deal. Instead of struggling against the force of confusion, we could meet it and relax. Ima children. We could meet it and relax. It's okay not to know everything. When you know that spirit, I always call it my life raft, that there's nowhere I'm going to fall because I'm on the life raft of spirit. That's where my faith is, my life raft. So if I know that spirit's got me, yes, there's twists, there's turns, there's things in life that I may not love that have happened. And I also know that everything is conspiring for my good, that there is good here and I can demand to see it in any time. And sometimes it's years later before I see the good, but it's always there. That infinite potential within you never goes away. If a seed is never planted, it has as much potential as the one that was, but no one ever took that extra step. So are you taking the steps to keep yourself firmly grounded in spirit? Are you living in the faith, in the wonder, in the awe of life? Are you asking questions? Or are you underestimating your potential, spirit's potential as you? You came for a reason. So have you figured that out? Do you know your purpose? Are you living your purpose? And you'll know when you are, because you are feeling fulfilled. If you ask a teacher why they do what they do, it's not an easy job. It's fulfilling. There's a purpose behind it. If you ask a parent, the same thing. It's not an easy job. And there's a purpose and a love behind it. How many times when we were kids do we just not understand our parents? We thought, oh, I'll never understand why they do things and, who they are and why. Sometimes we might have gotten frustrated or even angry at, especially in our teenage years. And as we get older, we see them differently. I know for me, I did. When I began to see them as human, when I began to see how they were raised, who they were raised by, what was their environment. If your parent was raised in the Depression, there's a reason that their mentality was a certain way. There was a fear ingrained in them. If there were circumstances in their lives, that made a big difference of who they were. And of course, they're doing the best they can to impart them on us. And they're doing it in the loving way. They are trying to keep us safe. That's their job. But was anything imposed upon you that now you think about it and no, I want what's beyond the horizon. I want that greater good. And not necessarily knowing what that looks like the song says, how far I'll go. And some people are content where they are and they can stay, and that's fine. I don't need to change you, and you don't need to change me to be happy. I need to change me and I need to move forward to be happy. I need to lean into our faith. Reverend Beverly Strutt says, leaning into our faith and the knowingness that the divine is supporting and supplying us in all that we do. We're free to seek out the beauty that lies beneath the surface. You are divine, perfect, whole, and complete. And sometimes we stifle what makes us unique. You know, when you were a kid, did you love to dance? I don't know about you, but I love blowing bubbles. And I still do it. They're in my kitchen now. You know, and and I have a set that's mine, and my grandchildren have their own set. So I'm very aware that, they have their own and I have to have mine. You know, I have when I buy little, stuffed animals and stuff like that, I have one for me, then I have to get them one as well because I don't want them playing with mine. I'm a big kid and that kid is still alive and well. And it brings me joy. And there's a lot of people that have said to me a million times over, when are you going to grow up? And the answer is never. Everything is about our consciousness. I enjoy the fun of being as a kid. We get to know ourselves. And when we go deeper, that's where the good stuff is. We live in a society, bigger, better, faster, more. And there's so much stress, so many things to do, things to get to, external expectations that can so often squelch that joy. See, who we really are is on the inside. It's unchangeable. That divine spark within us is love, peace. It is joy, harmony, that oneness, all the great stuff that we're made of, that spark of divine is within, which is why we talk about living from the inside out, choosing our consciousness, being in that place of practice, knowing in the morning that when we do our practices, we are steeping ourselves in that consciousness, knowing what direction I choose to move forward in today. I get to choose. See, within us, there is a changeless peace. Ernest Holmes said, the wick of your individual life runs deep into the oil of pure being. No matter what confusion appears at the surface of your life, there is always a place of calm at the center of your being. No matter how turbulent the waves may be on the ocean of your experience, beneath there is a changeless peace. See, what we see on the top, just like that iceberg, is just a little thing. And it goes so deep. Our truth, our wisdom, our peace is so much deeper. There's so much more to us than what the world sees. Are you allowing that? Are you living that? Are you asking questions and stepping into your greatness? Are you enjoying whatever it is that you do? Or did you pick the job that everybody else thought it should be? There's a wonderful Japanese, really, it's a consciousness, it's a meaning for change. It's a philosophy. Kaizen is basically change for the good. And this business philosophy also can be a personal philosophy in a lot of ways. It's a continuous improvement. Continuous improvement. So, how do you do that? And honestly, it's just asking a ton of questions: who, what, where, when, why, how. And then asking more questions from there. And asking, why does this work? How does it work? Is it working well? And of course, we can see that philosophy or something like that for business, but do we look at it and say, okay, in my life, is something working? Do I question it? You know, too often we're taught that it's not okay not to be okay. You know, we're supposed to be happy all the time. And that's not the truth. We all experience grief, sadness, frustration. We all have different stresses in our lives. Part of being human. So we need to ask ourselves. I know for me, when I'm triggered by things, you know, when I snap at someone, that's a time that I need to stop, pause, and ask, okay, what was that about? Because it was never about them. My reaction to you is not about you, it's about me. When I'm in a centered place, when I'm knowing who and whose I am, you can say whatever you need to say, and I will not be moved by it. I will know who and whose I am. But when I'm exhausted or frustrated or stressed, overwhelmed by circumstances, or whatever it may be, when life on life's terms seems too much in the moment and I'm not leaning into faith, I can react and not as my best self. Just react. I can be snippy. I know you're not like that. I, unfortunately, once in a while, it comes out, that humanness. And I get frustrated with myself and I say, where did that come from? And the truth is, everyone has that within us. And you know, it's okay. It's not okay to stay nasty, bitter to people, but it's okay that once in a while things come up as long as we apologize, as long as we realize it and say, okay, what was that about? Why did it bother me to stand in that line so much? Why am I that impatient? What's really going on? Why is it that what they said really upset me? Is it because I believe it? Is there an insecurity because I believe it? Not because they said it, but because I might believe it? So it's important for us to go deeper and ask, you know, why? You know, every time I play a song with the choir, and a lot of the songs that we play, music really gets to me. And they'll ask, why does it go deep? Why do I, like, I'm in tears all the time? Why does it affect me so much? And, you know, I see that potential in them. And that it makes me remember who I am. That I was that child, and I still am the beloved child of divine. That each one is a beloved child of divine. So when somebody's snippy to me or does something that I'm not happy with, I remember that I am one with this person. I may not like how they're acting or reacting, but I'm still one with this person. I don't have to like what you said or done, but I need to love you. Because any resistance, any againstness limits me. So this week, as we go through life, and emotions come up, and they always do. If you're angry or frustrated, disappointed, or even skeptical, ask yourself why. Why am I feeling this way? What's this experience about? Why did this get me so upset? Why did I react this way? And dig a little deeper. Because when you know yourself, when you really know yourself, you give yourself an opportunity to live more fully. There's less fear and a lot more faith. So let's step into the unknown this week. Deepak Chopra said, relinquish your attachment to the known and step into the unknown, and you will step into the field of possibilities. You will have excitement, adventure, mystery. You will experience the fun of life, the magic, the celebration, the exhilaration, and the exaltation of your own spirit. So let's live that this week. Let's be in the fun of life, that infinite potential, the infinite possibility. Let it be play. Ask questions, ask a million questions, and move in the direction of your inner yes. Have some fun this week with this and this month. Step into that curiosity. Be as a child, have that innocence. It's still there. There may have been a lot of stuff that's come along. Let it go. Even Einstein, the smartest person that we refer to as brilliance itself, you know, no talents, just passionately curious. So let's be passionately curious this week and have fun with it. It is about the joy in the journey. It's not the destination. So be inquisitive, be joyful, be playful with it, not just simply witnessing it. Whatever you notice, be curious without judgment, without anger or frustration. Just be curious. So thank you for being here with us this week. Thank you for being in this place and knowing truth with us. Our affirmation for this week, and if you can say it with me, I know that spirit is for me. So I dive with confidence into the unknown. Let's say that one more time. I know that spirit is for me. So I dive with confidence into the unknown. And so it is. And we know that the law of circulation states giving activates receiving. And knowing that there is one source, but we are here because of what you make it possible for us to do good out there and in the world. So as we're growing, as we're looking at our new center, I invite you to really be in this place of helping us expand. So your financial support is vital to our community. And you can go to PayPal, Venmo, or you can even reach out to me if you need to at, Gina at cslboston.org. And I can get you an address. But it's knowing that you help us. We're in the process of our, next to be, our next center. We're looking for a new home, come this spring. And we would love, whatever it is you can do to help with that. So let's be in this place and go to our sacred giving affirmation. And again, if you could say it with us. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is. So again, thank you. And remember that we have all kinds of things going on this week. We always start our week with visioning Mondays at noon, and we have some wonderful things that have come out of it. I will bring our vision board, our latest vision board of our new center and greatest yet to be. I will make sure I have that for next Sunday so you can take a look at it. And know that that's every Monday, and you're welcome to join us. It's in our newsletter. You can click on the picture that says this picture, it'll take you right to us. And on Thursday, our Sacred Circle at 7. It's an amazing, it has been amazing to see the difference in the conversations. And every week, it's a different spiritual leader and a different topic. This week, the topic is self-awareness, the seeds for spiritual growth. And Kenny Bova from Barbados is actually going to be here leading with us So this is a Zoom call, and we'd love for you to be with us. It's Thursday, 7 p.m. on Eastern Time. So we'd love for you to join us. And again, we are live next Sunday. So if you're in the Boston area, come and join us. We're in Medford. And our address and everything you need is right on the Facebook page. You can reach out to me, whatever you need. But definitely know that we would love to see you. Next Sunday, we are live. So, there's so much good here. And I am so grateful that you joined us today. Thank you, for being a part of our spiritual family and holding that consciousness of growth, of knowing that the best is yet to come, that we are stepping into greater and greater yet to be. It's so exciting. And in that knowing, let's just anchor this all with prayer. Let us go into this place of knowing and knowing that we know. So I invite you to just take a breath and be right where you are. And as long as you're not driving, if you feel like you could close your eyes, or you don't need to, whatever works for you. But just center into that place, that wholeness within, that love, that light, knowing that spirit is perfect, whole, and complete. Spirit is the sun and the sky, and every step below us on this beautiful Mother Earth. Spirit is every animal, every person, everything seen and unseen, all that is, was, and ever will be. And knowing that, I know that I am presence. I am that love, that joy, that harmony. And in that knowing, and knowing it of myself within the oneness, I know it of each one within my voice and beyond. Each one is an individualized expression of this divine light, of this wholeness, infinite potential and possibility. And right here and right now, I claim that. I claim the knowing and remembering in each and every moment, knowing who and whose I am, standing in that infinite possibility and stepping out into the greater yet to be. I claim the joy in the journey. I claim that life living on purpose, for a purpose, in purpose, on purpose. I claim the ease and the grace of abundance. I accept that birthright right here and right now, letting go of any seeming limitation of any kind, letting go of the lesser for the greater. I let go of the shore and go into the infinite sea of faith, knowing that spirit is lifting in amazing ways. I step into that ocean, the unknown, curious, asking any and every question, knowing spirit is the answer. Spirit is asking the question and answering it. Spirit just is. Celebrating that, knowing that, living in that, receiving in, as, and from that knowing. So celebrating the peace, the good, the greater good yet to be. I am so grateful. I am filled and fulfilled in that knowing, in that love, in that joy. So taking a breath and knowing that Spirit's got it and that it's already done in the one mind. I let it be. I set it free. knowing it is done. And I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen and blessed be. And together we say, and so it is. So I wish you an amazing week. Be inquisitive, be as a child. Expect enthusiastically. Better and better, better yet to be, knowing that it is continuous, conscious improvement in every way. And asking this simple question that we're going to leave with, what would love do now? Knowing that spirit is love. And that we are now in the, we're in the month of Valentine's Day, and that month of love. Our beloved, our creator, simply asking, what would love do now? Have a fabulous week. Blessings and love. Namaste.
Just before you say something you can't take away, take a breath and let it out. Try to think about what would love do now. Wondering if you should cross that line for good. Whatever you decide, ask yourself from inside, what would love do now? Everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. That's why for love we try for love. In the end, that's all we know that's real. Whether right or wrong doesn't matter, just as long as you let your heart decide. Ask yourself from inside, what will love do now? Everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. That's why for love we die for love. In the end, that's all we know that's real. Whether right or wrong doesn't matter, just as long as you let your heart decide. Ask yourself from inside, what would love do? Sing it from inside with me, y'all. What would love do now? Let me hear you sing it, people.
What would love do now?
Sing it one more time for me, y'all.
What